Saturday. I'll not blame the Lally. I'll blame you.
Hey, Davido.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so it's settled, right?
It's settled.
So 31st January.
Saturday.
This Saturday.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after the walk,
we
will come back and then monitor the primaries.
Oh yeah. The MPP presidential primaries.
So I mean, by 9:10 we should be done.
Oh yes. Yes.
So
before 9 we're
exactly,
done. Normally before 9 we're done.
So after the
after
health work, exactly, we should be back and then monitor the.
So no excuses.
No. Oh, I'll be there this Saturday.
All right.
I'll be there with you and then Leo.
Sure.
What
would you want to say to listeners out there? Oftentimes, and of course, I said it yesterday and I said it earlier on this morning. There been a time we say, Charlie, like is it the vulture? You know, tomorrow I'll start exercising tomorrow. And then you keep postponing, you keep pushing, you never get to exercise. This is an opportunity for you to start 2026 right. So once you do the health work or the fitness work with us, then your own small way, you continue doing it and then you stay fitter for 2026. What would you want to say to our listeners?
David, I mean, working together as a group is really interesting. It's always interesting. And that's why I call on our listeners to join us this Saturday and be part of the Love FM and fitness walk. I will be there.
Sure.
David Akwete will be there.
Most definitely.
All right.
I'm always there.
I look forward to meeting some of our listeners, anyway.
Okay.
So
they will be there.
Exactly. So join us this Saturday. We are starting from the Kumasi City Mall. City Mall.
So we have some matches up tonight.
Yes. Champions League. Yes, we are into the last round of matches in the group phase. So
and
all the matches
Chelsea's playing today?
Yes, Napoli.
Okay.
All the matches will be played at the same time.
Simultaneously.
8 p.m. Okay. All the 18 matches.
Wow.
No kululubia. Okay. So we've got the Champions League stories for you. I mean, but there are security concerns in Mexico, one of the host countries for the World Cup tournament. Yes.
What are the concerns?
Yesterday, or I think 3 days ago, 11 people were killed. Open fire from gunmen, killed 11 people on a soccer field. Can you imagine in Mexico?
Wow.
And so it's linked to stadium security in Mexico, and people are raising security concerns in Mexico.
If concerns go high and let's say people feel unsafe, what will happen? Can we say, well, Canada and America should take on their matches or what?
I don't think we've gotten to that point because there's one city out of lots, right? And so I'm sure these are issues that can be resolved before the World Cup starts.
Hey,
but I'm saying that yesterday I told the Lali, if Ghana government, you get to a point that Ghana government tells Ghanaians that, look, we are not too sure of the security. So Ghana is boycotting the World Cup. We are not sending fans to America, Mexico.
Kumasi! Can you feel the beat already? The Love FM Fitness Walk is coming your way. What is the state of your health? Is your stomach contour or fuderedere or killing or all that? Join us Saturday, 31st January at the Kumasi City Mall. And this year is going to be absolutely electrifying. We take off from the mall at dawn, walking together to
It's 16 minutes past 7 on your superstation Love 99.5 FM. Good morning. Welcome to the Wednesday's edition of the Last Sports Center. My name is Stephen Zando here to bring you the very latest sports news. And this morning I've got a story from Senegal for you because Senegal Football Federation has thrown its weight behind head coach Papa Thiaw following his decision to instruct players to briefly leave the pitch during the AFCON final. Details coming up. And there's something from the camp of Asante Kotoko. They risk losing their captain Samba in Dongani O'Neill. We'll hear from communications director of the club, Safuduku Esquire, not forgetting the UEFA Champions League matches slated for tonight in Europe. But first, before we get into the stories, let's acknowledge our sponsors for always coming through to support us. Rush Energy Drink. When you have the extra bit of ambition in your heart, you also need that extra bit of energy to come through. And for that, Rush Energy Drink is the boost you need. Created in the USA and proudly made in Ghana. Thanks to Ethnic Formula, you have the power of ginseng, the benefits of vitamins, and the energy of inositol, taurine, and caffeine. So anytime you feel like taking an energy drink, just grab a bottle of Rush Energy Drink to revitalize you. It's a quality product from Trillium Industrial Limited. For bulk purchase, please call 0322 190 877 0322 190 877. Rush Energy Drink. Stay active and energized. Now to Betway. And Betway is stepping up to give their fans even more back with Betway rewards. Whenever you bet on sports or casino, you will earn points that can be converted into cash. It is that easy. The best part is that you can convert whenever you want and can withdraw the funds or use them to place new bets. No strings attached. So start enjoying a whole new way to get rewarded with Betway only at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. Regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way, not for persons below the age of 18. Betway. Get way more.
I just wanna feel this moment.
All right, let's get into the stories now because the Senegal Football Federation has thrown its weight behind head coach Papa Thiaw following his decision to instruct players to briefly leave the pitch during the Africa Cup of Nations final against host nation Morocco, insisting the move was taken in defense of the team's safety and integrity. President of the Senegalese Football Federation, Abdoulaye Faure, speaking in a 30-minute 5-second address shared on X, said Senegal's actions were driven by principle, arguing that the squad had been subjected to unacceptable conditions long before the final whistle, and Faure framed Senegal stands as a real challenge to the host nation's dominance, stating that Morocco never imagined that another team could prevent them from becoming champions. Addressing the controversial stoppage during the final, he said the federation stood firmly behind Thiaw, stressing that the intention was never to abandon the match. Meanwhile, the Confederation of African Football, that is CAF, is expected to deliver its verdict on the chaotic final of the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations within the next 48 hours following a disciplinary hearing involving the Senegal Football Federation. It explained that the hearing followed reports from match officials and a formal protest by the Moroccan FA after the final of the tournament. Moving on to something that is linked to the World Cup 2026, and gunmen opened fire on a crowded soccer field in Mexico on Sunday, killing 11 and injuring 12 in an attack that appeared to highlight the persistent violence from the nation's cartels despite the government's efforts. Gunfire hit people who were socializing after a soccer match, according to local officials, capping a particularly violent period in Salamanca, a city of 275,000 in the central city of Guanajuato. Another incident left 5 people dead in Salamanca on Saturday, and a week earlier, authorities disarmed an explosive device at a state-owned oil facility there. This is raising security concerns in Mexico as one of the host countries for the 2026 FIFA World Cup tournament. Back home to some club issues, and Asante Kotoko could lose their captain Samba in Dongani Onel as contract discussions continue to drag. The Congolese defender's deal expires at the end of the season. However, it is understood that Samba is reluctant to extend his contract following offers from Libya, South Africa and Tanzania. Speaking in an interview with Last Pulse yesterday, Safudugu Esquire, communications director of Asante Kotoko, revealed that the club has been sweating to extend Samba's deal at Kotoko.
Well, looking at how long it has traveled, because we started this conversation almost a year ago, it appears to us that it's becoming difficult for the player to renew his contracts. But we will keep on pressing with the hope that he will have a change of mind, because he feels that he would want to continue somewhere. But we are also pushing that he remains with us. And so, if you consider how long the conversation has traveled to, I will be very frank that it doesn't look all that positive for us, even though he has not ruled out the possibility of him continuing staying with us.
So is it that Kotoko wants to probably extend his contract, and finally when he leaves, the club will get something?
Well, obviously, we wouldn't want a situation where the contract will expire without Kotoko getting anything. So even if he has to go, then Kotoko should benefit financially.
Now, Safuduku in that interview revealed that a new proposal has been sent to Samba and his team for perusal, but dismissed reports of official offers from clubs in neighboring countries.
We'll treat all those stories as some of the usual rumors, because as I speak to you now, we haven't received any such offers as being speculated. Oh yes, as we have always indicated, the contracts between Kotoko and Samba expires at the end of the season, and so we are making frantic efforts to renew his contract. About 4 days or so ago, we sent a new proposal to Samba and his team, so we await their response.
Asante Kotoko Communications Director Safudu Guesfa speaking to Love Sports. Kotoko will play Heart of Lions next in the next Ghana Premier League game on Saturday at the Pando Stadium. Heart of Lions have not been performing well recently, winning just 1 in their last 10 matches, losing 6 in the process. Their head coach Bashir Hereford is sad his team has not been up to the task.
Unfortunately, the same coach, the same players, the same training, the same everything. But all of a sudden, it went off. We have tried to get the reason, but we search and search and search. Because if you have the same setup, the same back line, the same middle, the same attack, and they go 8 or 6 matches without winning a game, it's difficult. So it means if we have not started well, it would have been a problem. Or started well, played 11 matches and lost 1. And so from the 11th season, we started experiencing that. But that is also in football. So we are trying to get the answers. And maybe we'll get before the end, or we might postpone it to maybe next season.
Heart of Lions head coach Bashir Hereford speaking there. We look forward to the clash between Asante Kotoko and Heart of Lions this weekend in the Ghana Premier League. So the FA Cup last 16 draw, and Asante Kotoko face Aduana Football Club at the Babayara Sports Stadium in the run of 16 of the 2025-26 MTN FA Cup following the draw yesterday. The two teams will face off in one of the few all-Premier League encounters in the last 16 stage of the Cup competition. In the other games, top flight side Drums FC will face lower tier side Inter Allies. 11 Wonders will go head-to-head with Atram Divisa, while True Life will also battle with Heart of Lions. Techima Liberty Youth and Real Tamale United will also square off in another exciting fixture with Brooklyn Chelsea coming up against Tamale City. GPL leaders Mediama Sporting Club will host FC Samatex 1996, while Nations FC face Red All Blacks. The games will be played between February 6 and February 9, 2026. Here's chairman of the MTN FA Cup Committee, Wilson Arthur.
The matches will come on the weekend of 6 February to 9th February. We have enough time to package these matches, promote it well, and trust me, these games are coming very close to you. Prepare and let's make it a family affair. We know MTN FA Cup matches serves the best entertainment when it comes to football in Ghana, and we intend to spoil you, we will thrill you, we will delight you. So get ready, show up with your family, and let's have fun. It's football fiesta close to you. Everything is on point. MTN will start branding at this stage. So we're going to see a lot of colorful, very entertaining games, and let's get ready to rumble. Thank you. Wilson
Arthur is chairperson of the MTN FA Cup Committee. To other stories, Ghana Premier League side Red All Blacks have announced the appointment of Kassim Okanse-Mengel as their new head coach. This confirms an earlier report we brought to you, which indicated that the club was in talks to recruit the former Bechem United and Nations FC gaffer to handle the first team. In an official notice confirming the appointment of Okanse, Red All Blacks said the experienced tactician will be in charge of affairs until the end of the 2025-26 football season. More stories here on the local scene, and GCB Bank PLC has been appointed as the designated collecting bank for the newly introduced Ghana Sports Fund, with the initiative set to mobilize sustainable financing for the development of sports in the country. Speaking at the meeting, Kofi Adams, the Sports and Recreation Minister, expressed confidence in GCB PLC's capacity to effectively support the implementation of the initiative.
The bank has responded, and it tells you that you are very ready to capture not just the space in Ghana, but to capture every space that is available for you. This is unusual of what we've known of state-related entities. There will always be a layback, and the private ones will jump in and take that opportunity before but you have moved even before any made any move. And I must admit, as a minister, the conversation started even before the presentation of the bill to even Parliament. The bank had shown interest that they wanted to partner with us. They have in the past also partnered with us to support sports, especially our U20 team. So I want to use this medium to appreciate that.
Sports and Recreation Minister Kofi Idi Adams explaining why GCB Bank PLC was appointed as the designated collecting bank for the newly introduced Ghana Sports Fund. Meanwhile, Linus Kumi, Executive Head Corporate Banking at GCB Bank, speaking on behalf of the Managing Director, Mr. Farihan Al-Hassan, reaffirmed the bank's commitment and continued support to the Ghana Sports Fund.
In GCB, we believe that we don't only sow the seed, we grow with you and make sure that we are there when you need help. Our mantra is your bank for life, and our commitment to sports development in Ghana, as has been witnessed in the past, is to support, grow this, and we believe that the youth has a place in our society, in our democracy, in our business. What I want to assure the Ministry of is that we will be the bank that will hold you through all the phases, and this fund will not be one that will just be on our records books, but we believe that together with a partnership that we intend to develop, we can grow it to sustain sports in Ghana. Hitherto, we have depended on charity to run some of these activities, and we think that your initiative of setting this up is a great one.
Zoom into the UEFA Champions League conversation because we are into the last round of matches here in the league phase, and of course all the matches will be played at 8 p.m. all the 18 matches, and Pafos will be up against Slavia Praha. We have PSG versus Newcastle United, and PSV will be up against Bayern Munich. There's Real Union versus Atalanta. Ajax Amsterdam will be up against Olympiacos. Athletic Bilbao will play as host to Sporting CP. Atletico Madrid in Spain will also welcome Bodo Glimt before Barcelona take on FC Copenhagen. In Spain, Bayer Leverkusen in Germany will welcome Villarreal. There's Benfica versus Real Madrid. Club Brugge have a date against Olympique Marseille. Borussia Dortmund will be playing Inter Milan before Eintracht Frankfurt in Germany hosts Tottenham Hotspur. Arsenal, they've qualified already, but they will be playing against Kirata Almaty. Despite already qualifying to the next stage of the competition, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta says they want to win the game tonight.
Well, obviously it's Champions League, so every opponent is very tough because they are very used to winning. That's first of all. Obviously the conditions that they are coming, it's special because of where they are in the domestic league as well. But looking back at the games that they play against Real Madrid or Inter, for example, I watched both of them. They make it very, very difficult for them. So tomorrow we expect a game very similar. We have to be at our best because we want to win the game again, and we'll go for it.
Liverpool in England will take on Karabakh, and Liverpool boss Arne Slot says Karabakh is a difficult team to beat in the Champions League.
It's always the individuals, the players that make things difficult. In terms of playing style, they're very direct, fast players, go very direct towards goal with a lot of runs in behind. Players who are comfortable on the ball. And as you said, they've shown this season against big clubs, because there are only big clubs in the Champions League, that they're a very good team.
So that was Liverpool boss Arne Slot. The other matches, Manchester City will be up against Galatasaray. We have AS Monaco versus Juventus before Napoli take on Chelsea. Here's Chelsea boss Liam Rossini speaking ahead of the game.
Yes and yes. It's simple. Cole's an incredible player. Like I have the guy sitting next to me, many players in the group. I'm not surprised at the timing. New manager comes in, all of a sudden there's people unsettled. It's not true. Cole is here. He's very happy, and I can't wait to see him back on it.
All right, so Chelsea manager Liam Rossini speaking on their star player, Cole Palmer in there. We can now listen to Napoli boss Antonio Conte speaking on the Chelsea team.
I saw that they made a great investment. They signed important players, young players, but yes, sometimes there is the situation that people speak about the difference now, old player and a young player. Yeah, I think every coach wants to sign young players, but if a young players 60, 70, 80, 120 millions like Caicedo or 130 million like Fernandez, is not for all the club, especially in Italy. But they are doing very well. I think that they are building something important for the future, and I'm happy for all Chelsea fans.
All right, so you heard the voice of Napoli boss Antonio Conte in there. Away from the Champions League to some trending stories across the globe, and in transfers, England striker Tammy Abraham has completed an £18.2 million return to Aston Villa from Besiktas. The 28-year-old had signed a 4.5-year contract at the Premier League title challenger as he moves back to England for the first time since joining Roma in 2021. And Raheem Sterling is expected to leave Chelsea by the end of the winter transfer window, and Sterling and Chelsea are close to finding a solution in the next few days, which will end the long drawn-out standoff between the club and the winger. Now, let's wrap up with the Australian Open, because Novak Djokovic's bid to make more tennis history is still alive as he scrapped into the Australian Open semi-finals after Lorenzo Musetti retired injured when leading by 2 sets. Musetti was 6-4, 6-3 up and looked set for the semi-finals when he pulled up early in the third set. Here's Ernest Djokovic after the match admitting Musetti would have been the winner but for the injury.
I don't know what to say except that I feel really sorry for him, and he was a far better player. I was on my way home tonight. Don't know what to say. I mean, this kind of things happen. It happened to me a few times, but being in quarters of a Grand Slam, 2 sets to love up, and being in full control. I mean, so unfortunate. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. I really wish him a speedy recovery, and he should have been a winner today. No doubt.
Novak Djokovic speaking. Therefore, the woman Elena Rybakina took a significant step towards her second Grand Slam title as she overpowered and outplayed the second seed Iga Swiatek in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open, advancing 7-5, 6-1 to end Swiatek's hopes of completing the career Grand Slam this year. Here is Elena after the match.
Yeah, really pleased with the win. Thank you so much for supporting, coming. It's really nice atmosphere. We know each other pretty well, and I was just trying to stay aggressive, and I feel like in the first set for both of us, the first serve was not really working, so we were trying to step in on the second serve, put pressure on each other, and I think in the second I just started to play more free, served better, and I'm just really happy with the win.
Elena Rybakina speaking after qualifying to the semi-finals of the Australian Open, bringing an end to the Love Sports Centre, powered by the Love Sports team, brought to you in association with Rush Energy Drink. Stay active and energized. Betway says better now and get way more. My name is Stephen Zando. Mornings on Facebook at LEV 99.5 FM. Later today at 3:05 p.m. we are meeting on the Last Sports Village Extra with Delali, Atias and the rest of the sports team.
Hey, Ajua. Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass someone.